The 2015 to 2017 Ford F-150 has got a very challenging headlight, especially when it comes to the low beam, as far as finding a good LED bulb that fits and performs well. In this video, I'm going to test a few of the most popular options, show them to you, and let you guys make the best decision possible. Now the way that we test these LED bulbs is pretty simple. We use a digital lux meter like this one, and we point our headlight against the wall from about 25 feet. We test each bulb as we go, starting with the halogen bulb, and we show you guys exactly what you would get if you bought this bulb, installed it in your vehicle, and tried it out. Now, we're gonna critique it on beam pattern as well as brightness. So if something's super bright, but it's got an ugly beam pattern that's gonna bother oncoming traffic, we're not gonna recommend that one. And the same goes for a perfect beam pattern that's not very bright. We're gonna try to find the best one possible for you guys. Now, the first bulb we're testing today is the factory halogen bulb. We need to get a baseline. We need to see exactly how this truck came from the factory, and we'll do that now. The halogen low beam on this truck came in at 360 maximum lux. Now, lux is the best way to measure light output at a given source. 360 is not terrible, not great, but check out the beam pattern. This truck has a good beam pattern from the factory, and we want to find a bulb that imitates that, just a little bit brighter if we could. Let's get started. First up's the Morimoto 2-stroke. This bulb gets asked about all the time in our comments sections, and as you can see, this came in at 430 maximum lux, but we did pick up a little bit of glare above that cutoff line. That is probably going to get us flashed on the highway. I don't fully recommend this bulb just yet. Let's see how the other bulbs do. Now this is that smaller bulb that we found on the Ford F-150 forums. A couple people have run it successfully. Some people say it's pretty bright. As you can see, coming in at 120 maximum lux, this one's not very good. We did test both bulbs in the packaging, so we didn't get a defective one. It doesn't have a hot spot. I'm not sure what's going on with this one, but I certainly wouldn't recommend it. The GTR Lighting CSP mini bulb came in at 690 maximum lux. As you can see, we do have our nice crisp hot spot in the center. There is a little bit of glare up above, but I believe if you properly aimed this headlight, you're not going to encounter any issues on the highway. And we've got a good amount of flood left and right. This is what I would recommend out of all the bulbs tested for this low beam application. Now normally when we do these shootouts, we just do the low beam, but I have had you guys reach out and ask us to cover the high beam quickly as well. The factory high beam on this truck came in at 770 maximum lux, and I want to show you guys the best bulb that we found in our own testing here at Headlight Revolution. This is the GTR Lighting Ultra Series 2 high beam. This bulb has been winning the shootouts on our other vehicles that we've been testing on this channel, and I wish it would have fit the low beam on this truck because I know it would have done well, but it just is too tight toward the top of that housing. It did not fit. This came in at 2,160 maximum lux in the high beam. Check out the wall output. That looks unbelievable. It's going to make a big difference at night. Now that you've got an idea of a few different bulb options that are possible for this truck, let me show you how to get them installed. If you don't need my help for this part, check out our other videos on the Ford F-150. We've been working on these trucks quite a bit. We've done a lot of testing on the reverse lights, cargo lights, license plate lights, just about everything you can possibly think of for these, and I'd love for you to see it. Subscribe, we've got new videos coming out, you don't want to miss them. For those of you that need help installing your bulbs in this truck, follow me, it's really not too hard. Now the first step in getting to your headlight bulbs is turning the wheel out like this so that you can remove the two 5.5 millimeter bolts holding the fender liner in. The wheel turned out like this, you can access them right here. The first 5.5 millimeter screw is right here, and the second one is up here. Now there's a little plastic clip on the fender liner right here, and you don't even need a tool to remove it. You can just twist it counterclockwise, it screws out, and you can pull it out toward you just like that. Now at this point, as you can see, the fender liner is pretty loose. You can reach your hand up here, access your low beam, your high beam, and your turn signal. You can also access your fog light at the same time, so if you've thought about upgrading those, now's an awesome time to do it. So as you can see, pulling the wheel liner back is a very easy way to access the headlight bulbs on your truck. But I took a headlight out just to show you guys exactly what you're gonna see when you pull it back. We couldn't quite get a camera up there to show you. This is the back side of the headlight. Starting from the top, this is your low beam bulb right here. This is a rubber dust cover that goes over it. You've got your turn signal in the middle, and then your high beam is the bottom bulb. You can remove the cover just by pulling on it like this, and you're gonna see your factory halogen bulb in the back. Twist it counterclockwise to remove it, press in on this tab, and it snaps free, just like that. Now at this point you can install any bulb you'd like to, but I want to show you something that you need to be aware of before you just choose any bulb on the internet. This is the SV4 bulb. This is a bulb that you've seen on this channel more than once. We install it in just about every vehicle that we can. It's a very popular bulb and it fits most applications. However, if you try to install it on the F-150, what you will find more often than not is it's too close to the top of the headlight housing. Sometimes it even hits this, and I've seen some of our customers buy this bulb anyways and trim it to fit, and you can do that. I don't condone that because then the dust cover doesn't seal properly. It's more work than it's worth. We do have options that fit right out of the box. You don't have to trim the headlight. If you try to put the dust cover back on, it won't fit between the fan and the heatsink and the headlight housing. Cover won't go back on. You're gonna get moisture in the headlight. You're gonna find that with a lot of bulbs on the market today with the larger fan-based heat sinks. It's a big reason why we did all this testing today, was to find something that fits and performs well. The Morimoto 2-stroke is a little bit slimmer, and when you twist that bulb in place, as you can see, there is a gap here. It does fit. However, it didn't do the greatest in our shootout, so just something else to consider. And this little additional height here from this wire might not let that dust cover fit all the way. Now the GTR Lighting CSP Mini bulb installs just like this. So you can see it's a much smaller bulb, much smaller profile. There is room up here for the dust cover. You plug it back in, and the dust cover goes back on just like this. As you can see, we're not gonna get any moisture or debris in our headlight now, and we're gonna get a much brighter low beam pattern. Now on this particular truck, the high beam has got all kinds of room. You can pull the dust cover away just like this. And as you can see, that bulb is centered in there. You can remove it. And what a lot of people will do so that the color matches up is they'll just run the same exact bulb in their low beam as they do the high beam. The best high beam we tested out of the bunch was the GTR Lighting Ultra Series 2 bulb. Now this one's been winning our other shootouts, and I wish it would have fit in the low beam, but as you saw, it's pretty tight up there and it just wasn't gonna clear. Twist it in just like this. There's plenty of room to stuff the driver in there and put the dust cover back on. Now, as you can see, this installation is extremely straightforward. You can do this at home with hardly any tools in your driveway. There's not much to it. Now, we've got a lot of other F-150 content coming out. Please subscribe. You don't want to miss any of the videos. We're going to outfit the rear of this truck with everything. And if you're not quite sold on a bulb upgrade for your truck, the XB headlights are an awesome choice. They're what I run on my own F-150, and they look unbelievable on these 15 to 17s too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.